Welcome. Settle in. Take a breath. Let yourself land here fully. There's nowhere to go. Nothing to chase. Just this moment. Just this breath. Just this strange little miracle of being alive. And now, maybe let yourself smile. Just a little. Not because something amazing has happened, but because you're here. You made it. That's already enough. Today's talk is about something Zen loves deeply, but that people often forget on the spiritual path. Laughter, humor, lightness, the ability to drop all the seriousness for just a moment and laugh. Not in distraction, not in denial, but in freedom. Zen loves a good laugh. It's part of awakening, and not the kind of laugh that makes fun of others. The kind of laugh that comes from seeing through the illusion of our own ego. The laugh that bubbles up when we realize we've been chasing our tail. Again. When we realize we've made it all very complicated. Again. When we finally drop the story and see that the sky has been clear all along. There's a saying in Zen, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Nothing changes, but everything's different. Why? Because the weight we were carrying wasn't the wood or the water. It was the self. The heavy, rigid idea of a fixed, separate me. The one that always needs to defend, to prove, to perform. And when we stop taking that self so seriously, something opens, a space, a breath, a moment of absurd joy. We laugh. Not at life, but with life. We laugh at our own seriousness, at our endless need to fix, improve, compare. We laugh because we've finally seen the cosmic joke. The joke is us, and that's beautiful. You see, laughter is a crack in the armor of the self. It's a little burst of freedom. You're not clinging to anything when you're laughing. You're not in control. You're not analyzing. You're just being. Letting the moment move through you. That's Zen. The great Zen masters weren't solemn. They were tricksters, poets, weird little mystics with big sleeves and bare feet. They'd hit you with a stick, then serve you tea. They'd answer your questions with silence, or they'd laugh right in your face, not to mock you, but to jolt you awake, to help you see how tightly you're gripping. There's a famous Zen story. A monk asks the master, "What is the essence of Zen?" The master replies, 3 pounds of flax. That's it. No explanation, no philosophy, just a random, ordinary response. And yet, if you listen deeply, you might hear the laughter in that answer, the freedom, the wink. Zen teaches us not to cling, not to concepts, not to the past, not even to our idea of who we are. And when we loosen that grip, when we see how much we've been carrying, we laugh, not because life is easy, but because we're finally seeing clearly. When was the last time you laughed? Not a polite laugh, a real one. The kind that surprises you, the kind that shakes something loose, the kind that reminds you, oh right. None of this is as serious as I've made it. This doesn't mean we dismiss pain. Zen isn't about denial, it's about truth. And the truth is, even in suffering, there can be lightness. Even in confusion, there can be a smile. Sometimes laughter is the most spiritual thing you can do, especially when it melts the walls around your heart. Think of children. Before they learn to guard themselves, they laugh all the time. At everything. They're not calculating. They're not trying to be wise. They just are, fully. And Zen asks us to return to that state, not childlike in ignorance, but childlike in openness. In the West, we often think of awakening as some grand, glowing moment. But in Zen, it's simple. It's ordinary. It's drinking tea, sweeping the floor, forgetting the self. It's walking in the rain and not wishing it was sunny. It's seeing a bird fly across the sky and thinking, how miraculous, how ridiculous, how beautiful. There's nothing to become, nothing to achieve. You're already here. And the moment you stop taking yourself so seriously, you start to feel it. That lightness, that joy, that breath of space where once there was tension. The moment you see that your story isn't solid, you can laugh. Not a cruel laugh, a free one. Zen doesn't ask you to abandon your life. It asks you to see it clearly, to stop pretending, to stop performing, to drop the roles and rest in what you already are. That kind of seeing, clear, soft, spacious, has laughter in it. Not mockery, but delight. Imagine you've been holding your breath for hours. You didn't even realize it. And suddenly you exhale. You laugh. It's just breath. But it feels like the first one you've taken in years. That's Zen. That's the invitation. To exhale, to laugh, to drop the drama, and come home. Even the Buddha smiled. Even the Buddha laughed. He saw suffering, yes. He saw pain. But he also saw through it. He saw how much we created through clinging, through ego, through the need to be someone. When that falls away, what remains? Stillness, kindness, and yes, a bit of laughter. So laugh often. Laugh with your friends. Laugh at your own mind. Laugh when you fall into the same old trap. Again, because that's practice too. Zen doesn't happen only on the cushion. It happens when you spill your tea, when you forget someone's name, when you catch yourself being dramatic over nothing, and you go, oh right, I'm doing that again. Smile, breathe, begin again. You don't need to be wise. You don't need to be perfect. Just be honest, be curious, be willing to drop the weight of trying to be someone. And if you can laugh in the middle of all this mystery, if you can giggle at the absurd beauty of being alive, that might be the most awakened thing of all. So wherever you are, whatever you're holding, see if you can hold it lightly. Smile at it. Say, ah, there's my mind again, making a movie out of nothing. And come back. Back to now. Back to breath. Back to this one wild moment. Zen is not solemn. Zen is alive. Zen dances. Zen laughs. Zen sees the joke and bows to it. You can do that too. You can let the tension go. You can choose to smile. And you don't need a reason. Take a breath. Exhale fully. Smile. Even if you don't feel like it. Even if it's small. Let it soften your face. Let it soften your story. Let it remind you. This is not as serious as your mind says it is. Thank you for sitting with me. For listening. For laughing, even a little. If this talk touched something light in you, feel free to share it. And if you feel called, leave a comment below. What have you taken too seriously lately? And how might you hold it more gently? Until next time, remember, laugh deeply. It's the breath of the soul, remembering it was never separate.